Hello and welcome to Theme Park Information. In today's show we're doing a review for Thorpe Park, which is a theme park that I've been going to since the year 2000, and in that time I've watched it grow and develop into a really good theme park. And generally, yeah, really impressive how it's come along in those time. It does have a few problems, unfortunately, but we'll get to those in a second. So let's start off with the roller coasters. They have 5 major roller coasters at the park. There is Colossus, which is a pretty rough and uncomfortable Intamin roller coaster. It has 10 inversions, which was a record when it first opened in 2002, and it was so great at the when it first opened. Unfortunately, age has kind of taken away some of its quality factor, and it's a little bit rough, a little bit run down. Probably needs to be like revamped and such, and that'll do it the world of good. Then we have Nemesis Inferno, which is pretty much a B&M's inverted roller coaster. It's very similar to Nemesis at Alton Towers. This is really nowhere near as good as the Alton Towers version, unfortunately. It has 4 inversions, has a pre-drop out the station as well. A really good kind of first drop, but it just lacks the intensity and force of the original. Then we have Stealth, which is pretty much a very standard launch roller coaster with a top hat element, and even though it's 205 foot high, which is excellent, second highest roller coaster I think in the UK at the moment, it's generally a bit short, bit underwhelming. It's good fun, but it should probably have been more, I'm afraid. Then we get to the actual, I was going to say, the signature roller coaster of this park, I think. Saw the Ride, which is pretty much a girl-style Eurofighter. Its beyond vertical drop is pretty special. It has several versions, a really large indoor section as well, which is really cool. It's smooth. It's compact. It turns tightly. It does pretty much everything it should do. It's a really solid ride to the park. It has excellent theming, and the queue actually seems to move really, really well. The throughput of it, especially just when you're queuing for it, seems really good. And then last but not least is their newest roller coaster, the Swarm, which is pretty much a B&M wing coaster, which means that the seats are on either side of the track. And this is actually a really good ride. It's really well themed. I love the station. The destroyed church looks so cool. It's a roller coaster which is smooth, comfortable, has a few really cool effects, and generally, it's a really good ride. So their roller coasters are pretty solid. Good start to it. Unfortunately, some of their other attractions were down for maintenance when we were there. They've been refurbished, developed, stuff like that, which had happened the time before we went as well, which did mean there were a few options which were lacking, which would have been great considering how busy it was. And then you look at the long-term closures at the minute to Loggersley and Slammer. Very unlikely that either will open anytime soon. In fact, I find it incredibly unlikely that Slammer will open since it's apparently meant to shut. Overall, though, the park was looking clean, tidy, and they were actually trying to, operate the rides and attractions as well as they could. There was no shortage of staff on. There was no shortage of people trying to help. It was, generally speaking, a really good day at the park. Very few things I could really criticise. Maybe the toilets could have done with being a little bit cleaner, but then it was really busy, so I can understand that they would kind of get to a bit of a state of disrepair quite quickly. It's a sort of theme park at the minute, Thorpe Park, where it really needs to invest in another major roller coaster. It's been quite a while since the Swarm opened. 2012 is when it opened, so we're getting along now. And it doesn't look like there's going to be a new one opening anytime soon. So let's get on with the problems which I was discussing or mentioned at the start of the video, and that is actually the front entrance and car park areas. The car park is actually pretty much a nightmare. It doesn't seem that it's anywhere near big enough to park 2 cars side by side. The gravel and stuff like that just seems really kind of meh. It seems just needs to be redeveloped and refurbished. I think the entire car park and such. I know that's more undertaking, but at least needs to be kind of split into zones. So there needs to be more lighting, more things to tell you where your car actually is parked. Just anything to help out, as it's a little bit lackluster at the minute with that sort of information. It could definitely do with an upgrade. And it's the same with the front entrance. I mean, why they don't use the little turn kind of ticket booths at the front gate, I don't know. They seem to just continually direct people towards the ticket collection point, but without any real sign or kind of information regarding it. And there's loads of temporary queues as well in that area. It's all looking really, really messy and unprofessional and stuff like that. And the thing is as well, is area around it, it covers a huge space. It just seems to be really underutilized and stuff like that. They seem to, just be making do with what was great, like 17 years ago when the park wasn't being developed, and it really needs to be improved. There needs to be more ticket huts. It needs to be more clearly labelled where you can buy tickets from. It needs to be far more substantially built, far more kind of, for a permanent basis and stuff like that. That's all we said. We went for the one of the Halloween nights, and a lot of effort had gone into their presentation and stuff like that. I mean, it was, generally, a really, really good day at the park. I mean, I've been there loads, so I've pretty much been on everything that was operational. And generally, it's a park that I really do enjoy going to. It's my local park, so I do kind of go there, as often as I can. But it's a park which, it's really good. But I do think, oddly, the main problems are outside the main park and with the car park and entrance, and they probably do need to build another major attraction sooner or later. But yeah, overall, really solid kind of a 7 out of 10 sort of day, and I'll catch you guys on the next episode. Right, catch you later.